Know me is 9 with the rhymes. When niggas frontin', so I'm 9 with the 9. The pen biggie, but the spirit is shine. Like word, bitch, the city is mine. Niggas funny, I be seeing the signs. East out, I be rolling the line. Running it up before I run out of time. The magazine make them package your vibe. Shots sent, they attacking your spine. Headshots, niggas blowing your mind. Henny sipping and it's slow in the room. Feel like Neo just resorted to crime. Saturday night, I be making it live.
And we here.
Live.
We live as fuck, nigga. Welcome back to the Saturday Night Show.
Let's get it.
I am Namiii, aka Mr. Saturday Night, and you are.
I am Lyrix, aka Mr. Think Rich
himself.
Let's get it.
And a special shout out to our sponsors, Think Rich Clothing, of course. Feel me?
You know what it
By
is.
the way, these new sweaters is out and they are hard as fuck.
Good looking, my G.
You feel me? That logo is different.
Check it out. Link in the bio.
You know, our other sponsors, Bone Cut Apparel. We got some shit coming soon from them. And shout out to our amazing producers at Smooth Family Entertainment.
You know that.
Let's get into it, man. You know what? Today we're gonna talk about love, bro. We are gonna discuss that L word. We gonna talk about it. You feel me? And my question is, does our generation really know what love is? I've heard this a lot. Maybe it I ain't gonna lie, I had people ask me, like, do you even know what love is? Like, you know, I've been asked that shit. I be like, fuck you, what you at? But it's a good question. And I wanna know if our generation is somehow are we aware of what it really is? Because a lot of I see a lot of people compare generations and say, oh, I wasn't built for this generation. They don't know how to do this, that, and the third. Men don't do this no more. Women don't do this no more.
I honestly think and feel like everybody has their own definition of what love is, and everybody has their own like love languages,
right?
Which has effects on the relationships that you have with these women or with men. So if your love language is this, and that, and this is that, and that, and they don't.
You gotta figure that out somehow, yeah.
You feel me? I don't figure that out to where y'all can, find this balance. Of course, you're gonna always have inconsistencies. You feel me? So I feel like it comes down to the people. People that find, love and other people that's simple enough for them to where it's like everything else just I don't give a fuck about. Like I love this person. We connect on this, and that.
And that's that.
And that's that. You feel me? And I feel like back in the days, that was more what was going on. Nowadays, people like make something so simple be complicated. You feel me? Everybody wants to be loved a specific way,
and it's crazy. That's
telling people that they can't. They don't know how to love just because.
Right. I was about to say because my next question was like, us as a generation, do we know how to love correctly? And is there even like a loving correctly? Because even that, when you say that, that's implying that there's almost these sort of guidelines. And I always wonder, like, is love built like that to sort of be a construct that works by rules? Because if that's a bit, you're kind of simplifying love if you do that.
Right.
Because it is complicated. I can't even say I assume, because love is not what I hate when people ask if anybody knows what love is, even though I'm literally asking that question.
Right.
But because to say somebody hasn't experienced love is just ignorant, because we tend to always attribute love to immediately have to be about relationships. And trust me, when I ask this question, I'm not just talking about relationships. I'm talking about your family, your friends.
Right.
Your passion, your craft, whatever it is. Do you know how to love? Is our generation aware of that? It made me. I asked because I feel like we are desensitized to a lot of shit. And are we approaching becoming desensitized to love itself?
Right. That's a good question.
It also depends because me growing up in church, the pastor that we had, he was more about teaching rather than preaching. So one of the things he taught us was that love is a choice that comes with emotions.
Right.
You call love an emotion, and it's not an emotion.
You don't think love is an emotion to you? Because and I think I need to ask the question now, because that was the last question in this topic, but I'm gonna get to it. Like, how do you define love? Because I do believe it is different, and we all have our own definition of it, which is why I said before, you can't break it down the rules, Because if you ask two people what love is,
It's gonna be different. A whole different.
nobody's giving you the same answer. I don't even know the dictionary definition
of
is
love.
probably like, but it's probably some like shit that you read and you like, is that it though?
Word.
Like really? But yeah, like, how do you define love
How
to
do I
you?
define love? That's a great question. I feel like love is, to me, it's not perfect. It's imperfect, and it's patient. It's loyal. It's sometimes it can test you. You know, love can test you.
Love itself can
Love
test
itself can test you, like to see if you love yourself or love whatever it is you know that you say you love, or you have the people in your relationships or whatever it is, you know. So I feel like love is just like not like a main thing. It's many things, and I don't feel like it can be explained even in a scientific way, or you know, like I feel like that's the thing. Like the soul, like we don't know. We know it's there because if you look up, you know, the what's that shit that they call it in school with the chemistry, and it's like 95 degrees in Celsius and sodium and all that.
Yeah.
There's actually like 5% that's missing, and they don't know what that is because that's the soul. You feel me?
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Oh, Mav, you're confirming this. This is.
I've definitely had this conversation on a number of things like that.
Wow.
Basically, where it's like there's certain things
There's evidence of like a missing component to the human body that they can't quantify.
Thing, and they're not understanding like there's
It's
something
like 3%, 5%,
and there's 5% of it where it's like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
so
right.
they said it has to be like the spirit or soul that's keeping, like, you know.
This is why when I always talk the religion versus science thing, I'm always like, you know, there's empty spaces in both.
Yeah.
Whether people want to admit it or not about science, most of science is built on theory. And people don't want to break that word down. Theory is like an educated guess, literally.
Right.
Like
you
when
feel
it
me?
comes to your DNA, and every human being, if there's 13 slots on a human DNA chain, number 10 on all of us is exactly the same. This is why they say all human beings are connected, brothers and sisters, and all that type of stuff.
Right.
Because there's a part of the human DNA chain
That is the same for
exact
everybody.
same in every single person on the planet.
Right.
That's crazy.
So, for my definition of love, it's a simple, but it's a bit complicated. I always looked at that. I always looked at love. The definition of love is God. Because I want people to test this out too. Ask yourself the same questions about both, and you'll arrive at the same confusion every time. You know what love is, but you can't tell people what it is. You know who God is, but you can't tell people who he is, who she is. You can't say it.
Like
It's the exact same thing.
Like,
and it's
you know,
right in
you
front of our
felt it,
eyes.
yeah.
It's always been the same exact thing. Love is a primal thing that you can't control it. That's our problem with love. It's why we try to do so much with it, because we have no definition of it. You know what else we do that with? God.
That's true.
What is religion? It's a bunch of humans coming up with their own guesses on what the fuck happens after we die.
Nobody even knows.
Right.
Those
That's
are theories too.
same thing with our theories of how to handle love.
Right.
We have things like love languages. We have things like romance. We have all of these ways to try to define it and make it tangible for us, because we are not built to understand it.
I feel like we complicated.
We
too
make it
much.
harder than it is.
Yeah, because we put certain shit like providing and fucking.
And what else do we do that with?
Man,
God.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We put it to you have to pray, you have to go to church every Sunday and all of this other shit. You have to do this or you're not getting into heaven. You have to do that or you're going to hell. We do all of these things because we need something to define it, because we're not used to not being able to define things as humans. That's what we do. That's the whole purpose of science. We know everything. Nigga, if you fart, you know why.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what humans do. We want to figure everything the fuck out.
Right.
But the two things we can't figure out is love and God. They still writing books about both. You would think as human beings, how long we been on the planet, how the fuck we ain't figure love out yet?
Right.
How the fuck we still got niggas making money on their own theories on the shit?
I think it's because it's so much other shit that's out there. Greed, envy, hate.
Right.
You know, like love can get lost in that.
But
Just
love
like
is the one
God
thing
can
that's
get lost in.
it's been
in
there
the
since the
sauce.
beginning.
True.
It's the one thing that's been there since the beginning. You know why? It's another thing. It transcends species. Nigga, animals love they families, they children. That's real love. You see that. Niggas they don't gotta give you a scientific definition for love. You can see it.
Yeah, don't teach that.
They don't teach it. There's no way to define
Teach
it
an
the same
animal
way.
that.
There's no way to define God. There's no way to define people's relationship with love. Same way there's no way to define people's relationship with God. Everybody's is different. Everybody has a different vision of love because everybody has experienced different. Everybody's vision of God is different
Yeah.
because their life has made them experience God and religion and their spirituality different. You have people like atheists. You also have asexuals. You have people that just say fuck it. Don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Right. They're weird. On both, like, you know what I'm saying? On both sides. They're the weirdos. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it goes. But in my opinion, when it comes to my generation, I don't know if we know, because I question has any generation really known what love was? Yeah.
Word.
Think about it. Like,
Because have we ever like loved on a global scale
never.
as human beings? I feel like that's when we have figured out love. Like when everybody just stops what the fuck they doing
And just loves
and
each
just
other.
loved each other.
Right.
There's no war going on. There's no killing. And everybody just has a realization that we're all human beings, and then shit changes.
We have to coexist with each other. The planet in whole is our home.
like
All of that
there's
shit would be
never been
nice
a-
if we all believed it, right? It'd be all beautiful if we was all walking around like, oh, we're all one race.
You know
all
what?
that
The
shit
only thing I
sounds
think
good.
that's good that would make that happen. It's gonna sound funny,
What?
but if aliens attacked us,
If aliens attacked us, but you know what? And I was gonna get to this. You know why? Because the only world that's the same as us loving everybody is us all believing in the same God. When aliens come, we gonna all believe in the same God that day. Trust me. We gonna all pray to the same nigga that day. If we all had the same religion, we'd all live by the same rules. If we all loved each other, we would all live by one rule. The whole Bible, what is it telling you? Love thy neighbor. The whole book, it just be like, yo, just don't be a dickhead to others. You feel me? Like, don't kill nobody. Mind your business. You feel what I'm saying? Take care of your peoples. That's all. Every religious book is telling you the same shit. Love people.
yeah,
I feel like God be sitting up there
love.
like, yo, like, y'all niggas done made 1 million songs about it. And y'all don't know what the fuck I've been trying to tell y'all this whole time. Like, y'all been missing this shit. Like, y'all don't get it.
course.
Like, just cut the shit. Just hug a nigga, man. Like, you feel me? Like, I know there's no way that, because it's you just have to think about it. Like,
I mean, God has destroyed the earth. Like, how many times? He has clapped humans before, nigga, because niggas wasn't getting it right. Y'all niggas is wilding down there. Y'all just send water down there and have fucking Noah build an ark, and you just save these amount of niggas and y'all start over, because these niggas don't get it.
not to get too deep, that's a real story. You think Noah's Ark really happened?
Noah's ark happened. If it's in the Bible, they say it
The person
happened.
that believes in the Bible is
I believe in the Bible,
Right.
but you know what I believe the Bible is? I believe the Bible. The one thing about the Bible I will always question: men wrote it. Men be lying, bro. They be lying, bro. And not to say that they lying about religion, but when you tell me Jesus walked on water, Jesus might have just been a real stand-up nigga. And that's the type of shit you say about a real. You know what? I akin it to shit like Wilt Chamberlain. Like, Wilt Chamberlain fucked 1,000 bitches. That's a lie. You're lying. Like, you what was it, 10,000, some wild ass
You
number
said
like that?
1,000.
That's cap. That's cap.
You know,
He's lying
it
to
might-
y'all.
it might not
There's
be.
no way you do that and you're the best player in the NBA at the same time. Honestly, when you do numbers like that, your life is about sex. But that's a different topic. But the point is, when you're legendary on a certain level, humans tend to make up stories about you. You ever heard an old nigga
But
talking about Michael?
he also was hated though too.
He what? Same thing.
That's what I'm saying, so-
If you stand the test of time, as time passes, people will create stories about you. Like I said, you ever heard an old nigga talk about Michael Jordan? Sound like a nigga talking about Jesus. Like, yo, I seen a nigga, and it's like you don't understand. It was like a nigga was flying in midair, like you. But at the end of the day, you know what he really means.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. You feel what I'm saying? I think when the Bible was telling you about Jesus, it was telling you, yo, this was the illest nigga ever, bro. Like, he was really on that love shit. He was walking around like, do I believe he made a blind man see? Maybe not. But did he drop some jewels on a blind nigga and made his life way better? Probably. That's probably what happened. Jesus probably spit some shit to him.
Different though, because
exactly,
they said he was miraculous. He did wild shit. I feel like
I promise you, in the modern day Bible,
magic exists. Magic has always exists. So
think
I feel
so?
like he could have been.
I believe
between magic and that. Like,
there's no difference in who's and I could be completely wrong. No. I could be completely wrong. Jesus could have touched that nigga eyes and that nigga was like, oh shit. But I feel like when you think about how men work and how this is a book that is written by men, but it's been passed on. Yeah, it took a long time to get to the version that we read it now. And when I say long time, I'm not exaggerating it. The Bible was not written in like a year. It's not like the bestsellers you see out here. That shit was passed for mad niggas over time. Right? Mm-hmm. And then they got versions that was just, oh, we gonna eradicate the old one, nigga. We gonna drop the remix. King James was like, nah, fuck that, nigga. This my version. Like, how you do that?
Niggas is loose.
But that's because men wrote it. But I do feel like the central theme of it was Christians or people of that religion was just trying to build a God book for the next person to come after them. You just trying to teach the people after you how to live correctly, how to live right. Like, listen, this is what I'm seeing. In my time period, there was a nigga named Moses. You feel what I'm saying? And we was going through a lot. This nigga basically walked us out of oppression, nigga. He parted the Red Sea. Probably didn't.
Like some Malcolm X type of nigga.
Right. Moses was probably the first Martin Luther King. Probably wasn't a supernatural person, but probably was on a moral level supernatural like that. People looked at him like, damn, how could a nigga be like this? Yeah. How could a nigga say, yo, we out of Egypt? We out, bro.
He used to
get your shit. Fuck this nigga Ramses, nigga. We are out of here, bro. I know he's my brother. Fuck that nigga. We are out of here. Respectfully, I do believe niggas got with it. Like, it was like, all right, I'll fuck with this Moses nigga. I'm doing it. Nigga, fuck that. Right. Like, and niggas got with it. And that's not, like I said, that's not to take away from these stories. I'm not saying like they're lies, but I'm saying that's like, the way I always interpreted them. Like,
yeah. But I feel like a lot of shit, because we now, if we look at it now, we simplify things even more now than we did back then.
And that's all our generation wants to do is make everything simple.
You feel me? So I feel like us believing that a nigga walked on water is like, nigga, show me the tape. Like, that's how we think, our generation. Like, we need to see proof. If I didn't see it, or if I wasn't there.
Yeah. I could attest to that a little bit. A part of me is like that.
Us to question a nigga's experience with God. Like, God could have gave them that Holy Spirit or that power to do these things.
Here's how I respond. Who are we? We are a person who also has a relationship with God.
But we didn't. Maybe maybe our relationship ain't that ill as we thought.
So wouldn't that make you question it though?
No, it
I mean, maybe I'm a little different.
Maybe it's his.
I would want to know. Hold up, God. How come Jesus get to walk on water, and I gotta take the train from Jersey to New York? That's some like
because first of all,
because he's his son.
No, because
nepotism, and that's not right.
No, your reasoning is different for why he's doing it, nigga. You just want to
walk on water to get places. What did Jesus do it for?
X-Men, and Jesus was doing it to save niggas.
Who's to say I wouldn't save niggas?
Nah, hell no. He just wanted to skip shit and be an X-Men.
Who's to say if I had these abilities?
Your reasoning is different from why Jesus is doing it, nigga. Nah, hell no.
It'd be your own niggas.
This nigga want to just skip the transportation. Jesus doing it because he had to, nigga, and because he was, you know. That's
who's to say? But who's to say Jesus is the only nigga that had to? That's my point. Who's to say?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Moses had that power too. You never know. Cause how Noah even lower animals on the boat?
I'm not gonna lie. The Noah's
Ark story. He only got two out of two.
The Noah's Ark story.
How do you get the gorillas on there?
The Noah's Ark story is the one story I question. I question that crazy.
Eating the rest of these niggas.
I question that crazy. That's the one story I'm like, come on now. I read that when I was like,
but hey,
I went to, and mind you, I'm not a person that like I grew up Catholic. I went to Sunday school, and I even went to church on Tuesdays, and I was like a church Boy Scout, the Royal Rangers. Like I'm not speaking as some nigga that doesn't know nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But even as a kid, them shits felt like great stories more than they felt like actual events. When I would be in there and they would tell me, I looked at Moses the same way I looked at Captain America and Superman. Respectfully, at that age, that's how I looked at him. Like, oh, that's ill. Wait, word? When I seen the Prince of Egypt as a kid, nigga, I was like, Moses is the illest nigga ever. Like, for me, like, but at the same time, the message got across.
As a kid.
I think that was the point of the Bible in the first place. The message to get across, because every real religious person I've ever met, every real spiritual person, I won't even say religious, because when you say religious, it gets like a bad connotation on it. Every spiritual person, for example, your pops. I've had this conversation with him. And he told me straight up, like, listen, the Bible is meant for you to interpret it the way you want to.
All right.
The point is that you get the point. Do you understand what it's saying? I feel like that's what the Bible to me is stories that can get you there.
You gotta look at it like this too. Another thing that I learned from my pastor was that the Bible speaks 3 different ways: literally, figuratively, and symbolically. So not
Right.
Yeah.
It's meant to be taken literally. And that's my point, is maybe Noah's Ark was a symbolic story. Maybe the story of Moses was symbolic. Maybe Jesus Christ himself was symbolic. Was an idol to, even though they say don't worship false idols. Oh, no. Jesus Christ is not a false idol. So this is the idol you're supposed to follow because he's a good fucking person. Right? So even, and I'm not saying, because I actually have seen, they discovered there was a nigga that named Jesus Christ that existed. They found his tomb and all of that. True story. I remember watching this shit on the news. I did research on it. I was like, wow. So like, that gave me confirmation, like, okay, like, even though it was kind of low, because the only thing that made me question it was like, does the world realize what the fuck just happened? Like, why is nobody reacting to this? Like, they just found Jesus, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Religion is one of those things that's very, very iffy subject.
Yeah.
No matter what arena you bring it into, unless you're in the religious arena.
Nigga, in New York public schools, they couldn't talk about religion.
You can't.
Remember? We get in trouble for shit like that.
No, back then you used to have to fucking pledge allegiance.
Oh, of course you could pledge allegiance. That's a different. We not even gonna get into that. You feel me?
What we supposed to be up to right now?
Yeah. So we gonna go into music, but we staying on love.
Yeah.
I want to know. Let me double check.
6 minutes.
6 minutes of commercial. So we gonna start it off and then come back after commercial and get into it.
Yeah.
But is love still important in the world of music? Does it still matter?
Is it important? It is important.
It definitely is important.
Is it?
I feel like
In the world of music, love is still important? I question this.
I'm not like you see, breaking down the question in a certain way. If you're asking a question like, is it something that is needed and it should be a part of music? Yes.
Okay, so
No,
let me
he's
rephrase
saying-
the question. Is it still prevalent? Does it still exist the way it did in... No, my theory is no, by the way. I'm asking this question because I already have an answer. I don't think so.
I think
But
it was
my
definitely a change in the switch when they did, change it
Right.
too.
So let's take it back. Let's do like an anthology kind of like, so you started the 60s. Kind of the golden era of love songs, I could say. Kind of like what
Motown.
What Larry Bird and Magic is to basketball is what the 60s is to music and music about love. You feel what I'm saying? Not to get the decades across, but the love songs of today and anything follow kind of take on the mold from that era. You feel what I'm saying? From the Motown era. That's when people were really singing about being in love. Niggas was singing about getting their girls back. Nigga, like, nowadays, you talk about how many bitches you got. But back then, they was on some shit like, nigga, I want my bitch back. I fucked up. Like, you feel me? Like, which is it's a switch. It's a crazy transition. And then the 70s come where it's more about self-expression. Disco.
Yeah.
It was about having fun at this point. Right? You go into the 80s. Still, more the individual is more important. And it's starting to become more important. On a mainstream level, the individual is starting to become more important. I personally think at the 80s, on a creative level, needs to be like studied by people in any creative fashion. Just the way they did everything in the 80s was like a creative high. If you just look, from the way they promoted things. Watch the commercials in the 80s. Watch the color scheme of some of the nightclubs in the 80s. And I'm just really look at the way people dressed and how niggas didn't give a fuck. Like, you could say, oh, niggas was dressing like girls, and I could show you pictures of people today, and we could have this conversation.
I think I have a reason why that shit was like that, though.
Why?
A thing called coke, nigga.
Cocaine. All right, so let's be honest then. If it was coke, then it was coke. Then I ain't fucking.
Cocaine in every form, crack.
All I'm saying, that shit had niggas seeing pretty colors, man. It had niggas seeing pretty
That's
colors.
what I'm saying.
You feel me? And who got the lighter?
Niggas was wild.
It was very pretty colors.
Niggas was high as fuck.
I watch anything 80s. I enjoy it. 80s music videos. You think about some of the greatest albums ever. Don't forget, people, Thriller dropped in the 80s. Purple Rain dropped in the 80s. Some of the greatest albums ever dropped in the 80s. But at this point, love songs are, like I said, Thriller dropped in the 80s, and this is Michael Jackson. This is 90% love songs, and this is probably the biggest artist at the time, or one of them, if not the biggest. You feel what I'm saying? So then you go to the 90s. I said earlier off camera that I think the 90s is like another golden era in love songs. The 90s R&B kind of like breakthrough. If you really just listen to the music, it's like a breakthrough of just young talent of Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, and all of these fucking people just come out of the fucking, not come out of the blue,
right?
But there's just this one
Probably
era of great music.
By the 80s.
To the point where we forget about great artists. We forget about niggas like Joe. We forget about niggas like Avant. We forget Tyrese at one point was a great R&B singer.
Yeah, nigga.
Like, platinum. Fuck Fast and the Furious. Fuck Baby Boy. This nigga was a great singer at one point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely. Usher drops in the 90s. Like, all of these things. Michael Jackson is still putting out hits. Remember, like, you feel me saying? Like, everybody. New Jack Swing comes in. All this other shit. Like, there's so much shit that is built around love.
Right. But it changed, though. It was more
I think we get to the point when it starts to change, and then the 2000s come.
These niggas started becoming, the rap niggas was starting to sing now. And they took all of the R&B niggas out.
So is this where the shit happened, you think?
B2K and all of them died. All of these groups. They was like the last boy group, really, like.
Well, not even last. They was trying to like bring it back, kind of, if you think about it. Yeah. B2K and
that's true.
But you had like
Jagged Edge. You had Drew Hill. You still had groups. You feel me? But so I feel like they was like the last of the boy groups. If you really look at it, I mean, that we really actually cared about.
That we really embraced, yeah.
Right. And that was, around that time, early 2000s. And I feel like that's when the rappers started singing.
Right.
And they shifted it and got all of them niggas out of here, which brought in the Chris Browns, the Weekends, the Ty Dolla Signs, and now you got Frank rap niggas that actually can sing, or singers that can rap, it's like a between blurred lines. But let's not get it fucked up. There is still artists out there that do sing about love, like my guy Sir.
Sir, I was about to say, Sir is probably my favorite R&B artist right now. Mm-hmm. Besides an obvious Frank Ocean is somebody who sings about love. Mm-hmm. If you're not like ignorant, you got Miguel. Miguel will still make you. Yeah,
you got a lot of love.
You got dudes that still do. I mean, Summer Walker's making love songs, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. We gonna go to commercial break on that one, and we gonna come back. We gonna discuss more of this music and love shit when we get back. and we motherfucking back.
Slip.
All right, so we was talking about who's still making love songs and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So just to stay on this topic, we as a generation, we grew up on love songs. You know what I'm saying? Me and you
I grew up from Motown.
You feel me? Like we
Old
grew up
school
on
shit.
that. Why is it that our generation of music isn't really inclined to making a love song? Because I feel like when you listen to music now, there's a lot of I'm doing me songs
Mm-hmm.
on both sides of the genders, which is
And
a
I feel like we
beautiful
talk about
thing.
love, but it's more like
We
breakups.
Mad, yeah, we mad at love. Yeah, like
Taylor Swift vibe.
Like yeah, Adele. Like she made
Taylor Swift, she's
a lot of money
everybody
off
loves
of
her when she's talking about heartbreak.
right.
sir, we don't listen to Taylor Swift on this show.
But that's the most. I mean, like, if those we talking about love songs still out there, Justin Bieber. I mean, like on that national
Justin
scale,
do be making love songs.
like on that national scale, like to make like love does still sell, but I feel like they make a certain person.
But are they like
sing love.
true love songs? Is it like I love this person, or is it like damn I'm tight, I still love this person? Like
I don't know.
but does that count as a love song? Love song
I think
still?
it's presented different. So
It's
like-
presented a lot
like you
less.
Said, like you said in the '60s, dudes was like they was crooning, they was begging for the chick to come back. Now,
Not even like that. Like there was songs back then, like even just before, not any era.
I feel like
kinda
there's love
before this
songs
one.
now that just straight telling you how they feel in the moment.
Yeah, but like
Like,
back then, there used to be
and they're
songs
in love,
professing
but-
your love for somebody. They don't do that often no more. Like you rarely hear songs about how much somebody loves somebody. Does it not sell though?
Yeah.
That's a good. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like people want to hear that shit.
Is there no? Don't get me wrong.
You got a whole generation of people that say, "I still listen to '90s R&B." Like people say that all the time.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this too. Like, let's just use hip hop for an example. Even though we grew up, like you said, 80s, 90s, when cats was like, we had a plethora of different rap artists that had bars and,
Right.
and you know, metaphors, punchlines. Everybody was giving you something different.
Right.
But nowadays, everything is just kind of the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what sells.
The
now.
niggas sound like the
it doesn't-
girls,
it
girls
doesn't
sound like the
sell
niggas.
old school bars, the way they used to do, it doesn't sell the same way as like drill sells, and you know what I'm saying. It doesn't sell the same. So
Facts.
we're gonna put the money. We're gonna push.
What's
the
filling
money
up
side.
arenas?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not dead. You know, like you said earlier, like when we talk about
It's
hip-hop,
out there.
Love songs aren't dead. They're just not as popular. They don't sell as much.
Right.
Do you think they're still coming at the same rate? Do you think artists are still consciously going in the studio to make love songs? I don't think so either. And that's my point. Is what happened? Why did that
I feel like the
become like
industry
that?
did that.
The
I
industry.
feel like the industry took love out of the equation because we wanted straight gangster rap now. Because we want, and that goes into prisons and
Yeah,
all
I was
kind of
gonna say,
other
like,
shit.
think about
Like
it.
there's a
Think about how
crazy
popular
system.
rappers get after they out of jail. Look at like Shmurda. Everybody started paying attention to him. In my honest opinion,
Kodak.
They're making that
Why?
music that's that rich.
Young
So
boy.
to use Bobby as an example, this is a really stupid example, but if Bobby would have came out of jail and would have been making love songs, would we have embraced him the same way?
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not. You don't think
I
so?
don't think so.
Definitely not.
Because it's
Because a lot of people are probably
find love in jail, nigga. Like,
yeah, that'd be weird. But
you know what I'm saying?
but I feel like a lot of people would probably be screaming at their little YouTube right now, like, yo, Drake. And I'm like, Drake not really making love songs like that. You know what I mean? Like, Drake is making, like, damn,
He's selling
bitch, what happened to
chicks.
us songs? Like,
Yeah,
you know
what
what I'm
happened
saying?
to
Like,
us?
like, why you don't pick up the phone no more
I'm
songs?
trying
Like,
to bag.
you
songs.
can't call nobody songs. Like, it's more shit like that. Like, which is dope. I mean, I think that people have heard so much love songs that they're like, I gotta approach it differently. I want to show the side of love that we don't talk about, and that's why you see a lot of the songs now are about. I feel like the best songs now are about complicated situations.
Yeah, because everybody's dealing with that.
Right.
Toxicity is what sells.
Toxicity, but toxicity, is it more common than love in situations? Is that why? Because I feel like
Yeah.
music is, as much as people like to say
People want to
music
hear
controls
real
things, music
situations.
has always kind of reflected what
Right.
people are feeling.
People want to hear real situations in real time. You
Right.
feel me? What I'm going through. Oh shit, that shit. I felt that.
That's the social media.
That line, I felt it, like little captions. You feel me? And
Is that
verses,
a knock?
like-
Is that a knock on the past songs though? Does that
No.
mean the past songs were kind of being
No.
like delusional about it? Like,
nah, but maybe people got tired of the "I love you so much, I'll go over the moon and the stars for you" type songs. People just
I grow
like-
very tired of those songs
Yeah.
myself.
You gotta look at it like this.
There's so much songs
Like
you can
we
hear
talked
about that.
earlier, like you don't want to talk about. I would say to your girl every day, "I love you so much." Like let me give it to you when I
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying. Like maybe
moderation is a thing.
Yeah, so maybe we went too hard back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, maybe it was too much.
Scale it back. Let me get.
I mean, niggas was walking around with leather jumpsuits with no shirt under, the gel in their hair. They was doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing a lot. But I mean, whatever works. In your generation musically. You feel what I'm saying? So I do believe that, you know, we are in the era, but it makes me kind of appreciate the people like Sir, the people like Frank Ocean, Miguel's,
Right.
These artists, even Brent Fayez to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Bryson Tiller when he was Bryson Tiller when he was dropping heavily and shit like that. Like,
right.
I appreciate when dudes bring those elements back sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially like as far as the women, I feel like
they killing it right now. Honestly.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like
Scissors, we got the Ari Lennox. You got
a lot of people.
What's it called? We just saw
Summer Walker.
Like
you got a lot of people.
A lot of artists, like especially women.
You know what? I'm gonna give him his nod. That Tory Lanez Alone in Prom album, that shit was fire. I listened to it. Yeah, no, I like it. I do like it. But I told you when y'all played it for me, it's a great album.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get too deep into the nigga, but I tell you straight up, I have never doubted his talent in any way, shape, or form. That nigga is an incredibly talented motherfucker, and I feel like he is one of many today who give us that back, who give us that, like, you know, sometimes.
Niggas be getting on him about that. You know,
I don't get it.
Redoing and remixing niggas songs. Like, so what? People want to be reminded.
I've been one person that's been slightly critical of that because the only reason I've always said that is you're a little too talented, in my opinion. Right. You can write, like, Alone at Prom is a perfect example of, nigga, you don't need to remix nobody shit. Like, you're so good. It's like, why? It's like watching.
But even that is him capturing that time. You feel me?
It is. But he was like capturing a time, but none of those were songs that already existed.
You know, he got in trouble for Madonna. A sample or some shit. Or
a sample is a
melody or something. I'm not sure.
But I'm sure.
But you're right.
When you listen to the two songs, I'm very sure there's a distinct difference. And I'm sure if he did meant to do it, it was probably homage. I don't get why artists get so mad about shit like that. But it was probably homage, but who's to say what? Yeah. You never know. A lot of these things get sorted out.
Could have just been from the producer and he didn't know who
He didn't know who sampled it. He probably just got it in some bundle or whatever the fuck. Yeah, like you never know.
Put that on.
Those, like I said, those things usually get sorted out. It's never no huge like Marvin Gaye Blurred Line situation. That was crazy. They hit them niggas upside the head. Robert Thicke and them got.
Yeah,
they got Roy Jones in court, nigga. That ass.
Give me all that.
All of that shit. But yeah, like I do think there is some artists that keep it alive. But I do feel the shift as somebody who listens to music and you feel it and you're like, damn, like, you know, like you could be sitting there like listening to like an old Jodeci song. You like, they don't do shit like this no more. Like something about this is like a lot.
Party Next Door.
Party Next Door. But he's another one like Drake that makes like complicated. Like this nigga really just had a song like You Got Niggas and I Got Bitches. Like what type of shit? Like you feel me? Like it's real though. That's a real situation and that's a more common situation you run into than being in real love. And you know what I'm saying? That's more common, which I agree to. Complicated situations relate to people more. Yeah. Because more people are going through those. Mm-hmm. But to a certain extent, like I said, you know, like if a boy R&B group came out today, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Like if there was like an R&B group, why not?
Day 26. Shit like that.
You know what? Out of all of them making the band, niggas, because that was making the band, right? I like the Danity Kane.
Really?
I did. That was the twins, right? No, Dirty Money too.
Dirty Money.
Dirty Money them two joints. Remember that?
Dirty Money.
What? No, but that was all right. So I'm bugging them. But Danity Kane, I did kind of like them.
I respect it.
Yeah. Wasn't the Pussycat Dolls on one of them and shits out of making them like? It was out of some show, right? Some shit like that. Whatever. That's besides the point. But now. Let's get into the part we've been waiting for personally.
Let's get it.
Because honestly, people, Not a lot of shit going on in the world, but in the world of sports,
It's a lot of loose shit.
the world is spinning in the world of sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a little ball joke. But anyway, what's coming up though? The trade deadline is in a couple weeks.
Shit about to get spicy.
And I just want us to sit here and, let's speculate. Let's make some wild ass assumptions. Because the trade deadline always disappoints everybody. Nothing else. It's always a trade that you're like, what the fuck?
We're just going to wait until the off season.
Everybody does that same shit. And then they throw out a bunch of dumb shit before the trade deadline. Everybody's like, I'm going to test
like some shit about to go down, though.
I feel like something's coming. Yeah. I do. And you know what? As a nigga, I'm going to make a dumbass assumption that's probably not going to happen. Both teams are probably going to pull back on this. I see Simmons for Harden. I think it's a thing.
Wow. I don't know.
I think it's a thing. I think James Harden saying he's testing free agency is not for no reason.
And you want to get rid of him now and before he does it?
I'd say if you're Brooklyn, what do you really have to lose? I really don't think
niggas is playing with Ben Simmons out here in Brooklyn, though.
Here's the thing, though.
We're not playing with him.
A lot of people in the league really want Ben Simmons at all.
Like,
I don't believe that. I think niggas do want Ben Simmons.
Niggas don't want him, bro.
Here's the thing about Brooklyn niggas. And then not even Brooklyn niggas, because Brooklyn niggas and the Brooklyn Nets fans are a different fan base. And if you're from Brooklyn, you've been in Brooklyn, you know that. Right. You know that them niggas that be in the Barclays, it's not the niggas you see outside in Brooklyn. Those are two different fucking demographics. Let's get that straight.
That's a fact.
All right, so Brooklyn fans are waiting for somebody to give them something to root for. You had that last year. You had playoff games against Giannis in the Barclays. That's something, right? Mm-hmm. So if Ben Simmons comes to the Nets and he's amazing, they're gonna root for Ben Simmons, dogs. Blake Griffin came here, and these niggas love Blake Griffin.
That's true.
LaMarcus Aldridge came here.
Patty Mills.
Anybody walks in here, and if you do anything
Paul
good,
Pierce came here, and they was fucking.
They loved the Deron Williams, Paul Pierce, KG team. All of them niggas was old except Deron, and they loved them niggas.
That is true.
Brooklyn is going. They loved Andre Blatch, if I remember at one point. Whew. Andre Blatch was like their best player. If niggas really remember Nets teams, the only reason I do is because at the time my man Ralph, I went to school with him, and he's a Nets fan. This nigga used to scream at me about niggas like Brook Lopez all year, because niggas see Brook Lopez now and see some big ass shooter. No, he's on the Nets. That nigga was on that block doing work.
Yeah, he
definitely was. So
he was killing niggas.
Brooklyn is gonna root for whoever is playing well. The point is about the free agency thing. If in my mind, if I'm James Harden and I don't plan on leaving Brooklyn, why the fuck am I even announcing some shit like that? That I'm testing free agency.
And right now too, you do that before.
You do that after KD goes down and Kyrie's half-assing. Kyrie's only playing away games.
But damn, I don't know if I want a Ben Simmons we not sure about right now.
Let's take the jump shots out of the equation and realize this. He literally does everything else. That's a fact. Whether we like this nigga's game or not.
You need him to score, though. You need him to score.
Does he need to score on Brooklyn?
Yes.
If everybody's healthy, does he need to score? He doesn't.
They needed James Harden to score right now.
They needed James Harden to facilitate.
No, they needed him to
That's
score.
That's a fact.
Too,
they needed a point guard. What did Kyrie say? James Harden, you're the point guard. Right or wrong?
Right.
This switch happened. When they play, James Harden plays the one.
When it was just him and KD last year, he wasn't scoring enough, so they lost. They could have beat the Bucks.
He was hurt. He was getting shit like 16 though. If he's getting right, but at the same time, that's when it falls on Kyrie, and that's a different discussion.
He was hurt.
But the problem with the Nets now is they don't play defense. They don't play D. As nice as they are offensively, they will outscore the fuck out you.
A lot of old and young niggas though.
Yeah, lot of the wrong combination of defenders at least. You get Ben Simmons, you're getting one of the top 5 defenders in the league off the rip. So now you have a 6'10" nigga that can guard pretty much anybody you're gonna have a problem with in the playoffs that's not named like Joel Embiid. You feel what I'm saying? He can guard them. You got that. He's gonna harass them. He's 6'10". I watched him. He harassed Trae Young for a game against the Hawks.
But you don't think they're gonna do him the same way they did him in the playoffs? Just foul a nigga and make him go to the line?
Unless he's your center. Look at what the Nets did already. They started Blake Griffin at the 5. Blake Griffin is smaller than Ben Simmons. And less than half the defender. less than half the passer. If you put Ben Simmons at the 5, this nigga can get a rebound and start your offense from right there.
Yeah, sure.
And he has KD and Kyrie Irving on the wing.
You gotta pass
He's never
the
had
ball.
that. He's never had a nigga at 7 feet that he can pass to and score from anywhere. This is Ben Simmons, one of the best passers in the league. We know that about him. I'm just saying, if I'm the Nets, this is the shit I'm telling myself. Like, wait a minute. Like, if we get Ben Simmons and we just, what he needs right now, even though I don't like it, he needs a team that, come here, we'll show you love. We'll give you love. Come here. All right, you don't shoot? Fuck it. You don't need to shoot.
Shit, I could see that because the Nets is...
They doing whatever. They let niggas do whatever. So you get Ben Simmons, what's the difference? But at least you'd have a nigga that does everything he needs to do except shoot the ball. Oh, but he has the best scorer in basketball on his team. Why would he need to shoot? Does Draymond Green need to shoot on the Warriors?
You gotta score, bro, nigga.
Does Draymond Green need to shoot on the Warriors?
They don't have enough for him to not to shoot, though. Who else is gonna score besides KD? If it's just Kyrie and
KD? That's not enough.
No,
That's
it's
not
enough.
If Kyrie and
Say if
KD
they
is not enough,
if they're getting 50, 60. that's just 60 points.
LeBron and Kyrie was enough. And LeBron wasn't.
But they had mad other 1-2 punches. Niggas was hitting threes.
Okay, you'd have Ben Simmons. You got the Claxton. I mean, listen.
Claxton's not a great shooter.
Claxton's a great player. He's a decent player.
That's why all
you
three.
get Ben
that's
Simmons.
why all
You don't.
three of them work.
You get Ben
because
Simmons.
All three of them is liable to give you 40 or 30 on a good
Okay,
night.
but just picture the lineups. You get Ben Simmons. You can keep Blake Griffin.
We can't afford Ben Simmons 14 points a night, my nigga.
Why the fuck not? If he's getting 10 and 14 assists,
Nah, he's getting
10 rebounds,
he's getting 10 assists,
11 assists. If he's gonna do that,
8 rebounds.
has he ever had the offensive talent Brooklyn will have with Kyrie and KD? Has he ever played with two players like that?
Still, nigga, we need you to score in the East. Definitely against all these other.
What
niggas
I'm just
scoring.
saying,
Miami is not playing with these niggas.
Look, what's the difference? Put it like this: Bam Adebayo can't shoot.
Yes, he can. What are you talking about?
He can't shoot like
Yes,
that.
he
His
can.
shit not
This
butter.
shit water.
Shit is okay.
Mid range,
Mid range,
all threes, all
mid range.
that.
He's not the best 3-point shooter. He's okay.
He can
But
shoot, bro.
my
And he
point
taking-
is,
and he getting the rebound, taking up the court.
that's the part.
facilitating.
That's the part Ben Simmons can do better than him.
Right.
The only difference.
Miami is way better.
Miami has a great
way-
team
yeah,
around them.
team.
But my point is, at a certain point, Giannis couldn't shoot a jump shot, mid range or 3. The Bucks were still great. You know why? Literally everybody else on the team could shoot. Okay, Giannis can't shoot,
But Giannis is
but
going
everybody
to
else
to
can.
the Baja.
And Ben Simmons has had games where he did that.
Nigga, and he had games where he didn't shoot at all in the fourth quarter in the playoffs.
Listen,
you forgot?
Listen, I'm not forgetting, but my point is
This is why we here. Like this is literally why
all right,
we're here.
so let's talk playoffs. I've watched James Harden be ass in multiple playoffs.
But he at least tried.
Did he try last year?
But he at least tried. He's attempting, bro.
Okay.
He's attempting. Ben Simmons is not attempting to do anything, nigga.
That was one series.
That's crazy.
But listen, so what that means that he's
what
just
you
he's just gonna rot on the Sixers bench?
Nigga, if he gonna have to figure it out, he's having mental blocks.
He's not having mental blocks. His mental block is I want to get the fuck out of Philly.
No,
That's his
bro.
mental block.
He's having mental
Dude,
blocks, nigga.
He
talking
wants
about,
out. He don't want to put that jersey back on. He wants out.
But I'm talking about before that. He had a mental block to stop shooting the ball. That's a real thing. Like I seen that happen to Nick Anderson, nigga. Nick Anderson on the Magics, he missed free throws,
and just stop shooting.
bro. And he started shooting horribly. He was like an 80% free throw shooter. He missed 2 free throws and
Lost
ever
his
since
confidence.
lost his confidence, bro.
And you
and
think
started
that's
being
it?
a
You think it's over for
60%.
Ben Simmons?
It
Like,
could be.
it's quiet.
And Nick Anderson was a great shooter. It happens.
All right, so since we on the deadline and we talking about a nigga being ass and losing his confidence, what the fuck are y'all gonna do about Russ?
Nigga, we good because Russ is gonna try.
You keeping Russ? You think they keep him?
I mean, I would keep him, bro.
You would keep
him and then see what happens in the
I'm trading
offseason.
Russ. Trading Russ.
Who you trade? I don't want John Wall, bro.
I
I would trade him for.
I would want John Wall over
you know
Russ.
what
I don't know
I
why
would
people
do?
are acting like John Wall is not a better option for
No,
them.
he's
He's a
not.
way better option.
No, his body is chopped cheese. First. Of all.
Okay, so if he
Nigga has
goes out,
played
then
20
what?
Games in the
If
last
he
3
goes out,
years.
put it like this. I'm gonna just put it like this to you. If he goes out,
then we really don't have a chance.
but you have a better offense.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
We don't have
Because LeBron's running the show.
because we don't have Westbrook at all.
All right,
taking
but
away at least
Anthony Davis just came
15,
back.
18 points.
AD just came back. This nigga's wearing the Melo parade flag. Melo's there. Melo's a 6-man on an All-Star team, correct?
We still
He's
need a
coming off the
third
bench on the
punch.
All-Star
We still
team.
gonna need a third punch, bro. Still need a third punch.
All I'm gonna say is
In
this:
the West, especially in the West.
y'all didn't have a third punch when y'all won a ring.
Yes, we did.
Who?
What it was? LeBron,
AD, and literally everybody was trying to lose against Miami. Like Danny Green missed a wide open game winner.
Players, you know what I mean? We had Rondo.
Y'all had a good team around two of the best players in the league. My point is this: you get rid of Russ, you get John Wall, and then maybe you sneak a little Kevin Porter Jr. out of there too. Maybe
I would try to get. You know who I would try to get? D'Angelo Russell. I'm bringing D'Angelo.
I seen that
Russell
trade
back.
and I like that trade.
I'm bringing D'Angelo Russell back.
Look, that's an option. Bring D'Lo back.
Bring D'Lo back, and now we fucking
Nigga,
talking
I would
business.
call the Magic, and I would call the Magic.
Oh my
and
God.
Let me get Cole Anthony. Let me get the RJ Hampton nigga. Like literally with Russ's contract, you can either go big ass player, like big ass contract, or you could like nigga, I'll give you Russ for like 2 of your good young players and some picks and another whack ass nigga off the bench.
We need somebody that's going to get to it right now.
I like I said,
I
think niggas is sleeping on this John Wall option. I really do.
I really don't want that.
I think the difference between John Wall
He
and
can't
Russell
shoot.
Westbrook is I know John Wall
It's
is
another nigga for one nigga that can't shoot. For another,
he
nigga
shoots
that
better
can
than
shoot.
Russell Westbrook by far. It's better jump shot.
I don't know.
You kick it out to John Wall, I would definitely be more apt to believe he's gonna make it than Russell Westbrook. I see Russell Westbrook pulling up for jump shots, and I'd be like, why is he doing this? Like as soon as you know,
pull up with confidence,
I know,
though.
them shits be bad though. Nigga, they shoot. Yo, bro, I watched him pull a 15-footer,
He
hit
been
the top
making
of
them
the.
recently. He been making them recently.
Bro, he's
Yeah,
missing
starting this
by
recently shit.
far. Like that, it's nah.
You know what's crazy? Life.
You can't, like, bro. You can't look me in the eye.
Mavs.
And tell me
Yo.
that this dude, he don't look like he's some nigga that you just found on the basketball court around the corner.
Hell no.
Yo,
Not-
Sometimes he looks
crazy.
you
really
see how he
bad.
just punched it on Rudy Gobert the
That
other
was
day?
crazy.
So what? That was
But what was he
one
doing?
dunk.
Going to
No
that
niggas
car.
is not doing that.
He's
Nobody
going to
regular
that-
That's
niggas
not
ain't
the point.
doing
The
that.
point
That's a
is,
fact.
like, he's missing.
He's still
bad, bro.
you know, he just need to wake up. That's
And
all,
he
bro.
missed-
He
he
need to get
missed-
confident
he
in
missed-
his game and learn and figure out where he can score. Cut, backdoor shit. He don't gotta have the ball in his hand. I done seen him score without the ball. Mad times this season. Because he cuts, he always
Is he gonna do that for y'all for the rest of the season? Do you believe that?
I feel like he can, and we can live with that because we still have AD.
Is he gonna want to
AD comes back and be at least 80% of himself, nigga, we're lit.
Never the case.
But we could though.
This is
It's a
another thing,
possibility that
man.
could.
And this is why I trade Russ. Because AD's not getting traded. You think niggas don't want Russ?
Niggas trading AD.
Don't nobody want AD. They gonna be like, chill, this thing gonna get hurt.
Niggas that take AD.
Yeah, but that would be the stupidest trade ever for the Lakers. You trade AD at this point, it's like
I'm taking
what the fuck y'all
Zion
niggas
fat
doing?
ass. Where's Zion at?
Zion.
Send that
You know
nigga
what I
back
think
to New
happened to
Orleans.
Zion that they not telling you? I think Zion tore his ACL.
I think Zion don't want to play there. And that nigga's protesting with his
If that's the
body,
case,
nigga.
you haven't done nothing.
He trying to do what Harden did.
But
Yeah,
you
fuck outta
haven't
here.
done nothing to be able to do that. James
Nigga,
Harden
he
did that
was
after he won
averaging
MVP.
27 and 10 last year. Nigga.
Yeah, and they sucked.
Nigga,
And them niggas was ass. You ain't make us a good
It was
team,
good,
nigga. We was ass with
Brandon
you.
Ingram, Lonzo, and him.
And they
good.
was not winning shit.
They was at the time. They was. It was winning games, and he got hurt.
You ever seen them in the playoffs?
Nigga, he got hurt.
Zion got hurt.
before the
He
year. The year
came
was
back
over.
that season and played the rest of the season. It's just
But
them
he
niggas was
still
butt.
killing niggas. He had averaging 27.
They were still losing
bro.
with Zion, nigga. They was ass with Zion too. That's a bad team. And I don't know how. I don't know how the fuck the Pelicans bad. They have no reason to be as bad as they are, especially when they had Lonzo. Should have never got rid of Lonzo, but that's a whole different topic. But man, listen. In my opinion, you trade Russ. You trade Russ because y'all need to stop acting like Russ is somehow making something better. Russ is literally making your team bad. The problem with y'all team is Russell Westbrook. I don't know why we're dancing around this topic. It's everybody else. Oh, we
Nigga,
just
we
old.
got fucking Kent Bazemore, nigga.
Ken Bazemore is a solid bench player.
I mean, he's better than Russ.
He's not better than Russ, but the problem is it's not about is Russ good or not. It's about does Russ fit on y'all team, and he does not. He never has, and he won't. You're not gonna make him fit.
You can't know. The season is still early.
Man, listen.
Season's still early, bro.
If we'd have looked back to the first video and I'd have told you, yo, bro, they're gonna be 500 by the All-Star break, you'd have been like, fuck out of here. We got AD and Russ. How the fuck we 500?
Because you ain't tell me that AD body was gonna be fucked up and he's
You
not
said
gonna be
that
playing.
you said that shit, chop cheese.
And the fact that he's not playing, that's the fucked up thing. That's the problem. That nigga's not playing. We didn't even have a full roster.
I think one
yet.
of those trades happened though. I think
we didn't have a full roster yet, and trying to get rid of him. He didn't even get to play with the full team. That's fucked up. Let him play with a healthy AD, and then we see where we going.
Man,
after that, then we can talk.
This team is garbage.
Nah, bro.
Top
AD,
to bottom, it's a bad basketball team. You got niggas like Melo who ain't gonna guard shit. And when we come back from the commercial, how many minutes we got from the commercial break? We said like 2 minutes. We might as well just go now. Listen, when we come back, we're gonna talk about your man L making the most ridiculous claim about Carmelo Anthony I've ever heard in my life. When we come back.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Think Rick. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah. Itchy palms, that's my alarm to getting money. Think rich, bitch. Mama ain't raised no dummy. In my own fashion, yeah, I'm wrapped up like a mummy. From my head to feet. Made so much this wig. Nigga, I'ma just repeat. So much fabric, nigga. Feel like a designer the streets. Got my own block. Drip down, nigga, I'm just elite. Think rich, bitch. From my head down to my feet. Think rich, bitch. Mentally, I can't be defeated. Think rich, bitch. Got niggas wildin' at the cookout. Think rich, bitch. Broke-minded niggas look out. Think rich, bitch. Yeah, she got them sweats in the poke out. Scream when a nigga pop out. Make so much.
Think rich, ain't the camera with the shirt. Rich.
Oh, you got a line in your pocket?
Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And nigga.
A lot of cat.
So in the pre-show Scythe / it was everybody's first lunch of the day, I assume, before we started shooting.
Yeah.
You feel me? L told us. First of all, L told us that Carmelo Anthony is one of the greatest players to ever live, which we didn't really argue with at first.
Right, but he said that is
and then we
top
suggested,
5.
I'm like, he's not top 10 though. He's like, oh yeah, he's top 10.
And then he said top 5.
And I was getting to that. His conclusion is now Carmelo Anthony is top 5. Ladies and gentlemen,
in his top 5. Let's get that correct.
Let's start this over. This is the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard in basketball history. I've never heard nothing so blatantly wrong in my life.
You think he's top 5 in basketball?
Yeah, like is he the top 5?
Damn.
Like that's just the question I have.
Yeah, that is a great question.
I need to know seriously.
Don't be quiet over there.
Yeah,
don't really
we
nigga.
really want to know.
Ask me the question, man. I'm here.
No, I was asking, is he like your top 5, like personally, or do you really see?
Melo's is the greatest player of all time to me.
Melo is
To
the
you,
greatest
all right.
basketball
All
player
right,
of
but
all
like,
time.
now go ahead. Finish the question.
Ever
Finish the question, man.
So basically, there's a difference. There's like top 5 players who are like, we know these people as they're just that great.
Melo is that great. Facts.
So this is not a favorites
That's a
top
personal
5.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
He's my favorite, and it's personal to me because that's how close and much I love basketball. You feel me?
So you're saying this
So
as a
you're
legit.
saying
You're going by like, no, I'm watching everybody I've ever seen, and I'm like, Melo's the
Like,
greatest I've ever
Melo
seen.
is that nigga. Like the way Melo put the ball in the basket, bro, is unbelievable, bro. Nobody's ever done no shit like that on the level that he's done it, bro.
KD.
He
No.
can score in every different way, bro.
KD
Every
has
way.
it.
Kevin Durant.
I mean, KD is okay. KD is KD. You feel me? But he's
Okay.
not Melo, nigga.
KD is okay.
He's not. I mean, compared to Melo, he's okay.
Compared to Melo?
You heard what I
You know
said,
KD's been to the finals like mad times.
I mean, that's a cool thing. He's
Like-
on the road a lot of niggas ways.
And has scoring titles just
He
as much.
he brought OKC
And
to the finals.
MVP.
Yeah, like
He rode the wave, bro. He
Melo never had an
lost.
MVP.
He lost.
he did the
Melo
same.
should have got MVP at least 4 times. He got jerked.
4?
4.
Oh my
Quadro.
God. Yo.
Melo got
So Melo is
four
definitely
MVPs.
the best NBA player in the league 4 times in his career. At least.
At least.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm telling you.
All right. This is what we talking about. This is what we got to deal with when we like when we talking about logic and we talking about like just
This is logic versus emotions.
Yeah,
like you
this
were
is
saying, this is
emotional.
what this is.
Yeah.
Your emotions are giving you this take.
It's not.
Wow.
I really believe that. And
So the moment of truth is honestly, then who is your top 5?
So Melo's better than Shaq?
Nah.
So how's he in your top 5?
So I have to hear your top 5.
But then that goes back to my question from
Go to your
Greg.
top 5.
Who is
Like,
your
who's like greatest?
Who is your top 5
Right.
greatest? You said Melo's the greatest, and then you told me he's not better than Shaq just now.
No order. Just put 5 people in there. I just need to
Who is the 5
Yes.
that somehow
Yeah,
include
yeah.
Melo?
All right,
Yes.
you ready?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes.
Jordan,
Obviously. Kobe, okay. Magic.
Melo.
Oh my God. And who else?
This fifth.
Not LeBron,
And
huh?
Kareem.
And not
You
LeBron.
didn't say LeBron yet.
So somehow Melo is better than LeBron. Okay.
Yo,
I just took offense to this because as a Larry Bird fan, you are the most disrespectful nigga
And we just
in
asked
the
you
history
earlier,
of sports.
was he better than Isaiah Thomas?
And
And
you said no.
That's
That's 2 niggas you're missing from your top 5.
But as a point guard, yeah, he's a better facilitator. But overall,
Who's a better player, nigga?
Oh, Melo. Facts.
oh my God.
Yo,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
better than Zeke, nigga.
That's
oh
crazy.
my God.
MVP Zeke.
You ain't say Hakeem Olajuwon. You're not gonna tell me that nigga's better than Hakeem. He's better than Olajuwon.
Burst your bubble.
Hate to burst your bubble.
Olajuwon.
Wow. This is what we dealing with.
Carmelo.
he just said KD was okay.
Yeah, he said KD's okay.
Nah.
Compared to Melo.
Better than Hakeem is the craziest shit ever.
Hakeem took over the league with Jordan.
Yo, Hakeem got a Defensive Player of the Year and MVP the same year, bro. And a Finals MVP that year, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, Melo has never had any of those awards,
The only
nigga.
thing that made Melo not, you know what I'm saying, the elitist player he could have been,
And what was that?
Is that he's not
he
it.
just now started playing defense, bro.
Just now.
Just now.
Just now? This is defense. This is his defense
This is
now?
the defense?
It's pretty good for Melo.
Oh my God. So that nigga would have been horrible if he just started.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Basically, because he's horrible now.
He was pretty bad, but he offsetted that with his offensive prowess, bro. He was a fucking beast.
I mean, I won't admit he was an offensive beast. I want to lie about that. That's true. But the shit you are saying out of your mouth, brother,
man.
this
I'm
is
just keeping it real with you, man.
not real, though. This is not keeping it real.
To me.
So I'm gonna throw players out there. I'm just gonna need you to confirm if you think Carmelo Anthony is actually better than these people.
Son, don't do that, because I'm going to tell you have to. Unless it's the people I name, bro, Melo is there.
I'm gonna do this because I feel like there's players that you're backed into a wall. You cannot sit here and tell me Melo is better than them.
I can, and I will.
All right, and I need a reason. I don't need cause Melo better.
Wow.
I don't.
Yeah,
that's
my
not
reason,
it.
bro.
Because I can give.
Nah.
Because all right. So look, when you tell me that player, I'm gonna tell you why that player is better.
All right, cool.
Dwayne Wade.
No.
Wow.
Dwayne Wade is a 3-time champion. Dwayne Wade is a multiple-time scoring champion. He's like a 10-time
Melo
All-Star.
principle in basket better than him. Facts.
That's it? That he get to the basket better?
He do everything better when it comes to the basketball that play defense. Facts.
So how's he a better overall basketball player?
Well, a nigga that just play defense.
If he
is a better
lacks-
overall basketball player
If he
than a nigga that
lacks
does
on,
everything but play
it's
defense.
2 sides of the ball, right?
Absolutely.
So how is he a better if
Because the idea that he's a better scorer is, I don't really think the numbers suggest that he played longer.
He's a better scorer. Before they retired, he was a better
I
scorer.
watched
Before
Dwayne
Cleveland,
Wade
you know,
average like 27, 28 mad times. Like
And Melo
I
did
watched
too.
him average 30 one time.
Melo won scoring title. He got a scoring title for sure.
Didn't he have 2 of them?
If I'm not mistaken, he has 2.
okay?
They sucked that year probably.
Well, I just told you what I told you. No.
Did they probably even make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Shout out to Melo, though. He's the GOAT, bro.
Okay, I got another player for you. I'm gonna take it. Oscar Robinson. He's better than Big O.
Definitely better than Big O. If they was playing against each other, bro.
You know, Big O averaged a triple double for multiple seasons, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Elgin Baylor in them too?
It's gonna get crazier soon. I'm building him up. Jerry West,
The logo.
Yeah, the logo.
the
man.
logo.
The logo. Melo should be the next logo.
Not Kobe?
This is when I believe it's cap when he starts saying shit like this.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
when it goes over the top.
Getting crazy.
It's going over the top now.
delusional shit.
He's gonna replace Jerry West as the logo.
I don't get
With
it.
the hoodie on.
Not with the hoodie.
With the hoodie on.
We're gonna skip that.
Not Kobe. Wow.
This one right here. I'm so anxious to hear what you say this because I feel like this is no debate. And if you tell me Carmelo Anthony
I'm about to tell you something.
is
I'm
better
about
than
to
this
tell you.
person, because I think you know who I'm about to say. If he's better than this person, you're out of You've lost your fucking mind.
For Cocoa Puffs. Ooh.
Is he better than Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh, that's
If you this tough,
That's tough.
That's so tough.
I'm
Oh,
done.
my God.
I'm done.
That's so like
The fact that it's
that's
even
a
in the
little,
air.
like a,
There's no discussion.
like a smidge,
Oh, my
like a
God.
little smidge, man.
Yes.
Trying to tell you, man.
And that's with L today.
Yo, Mav,
And that's for my nigga L.
I need you to hit Google's on something, cause we really gonna end. I need you to search up Wilt Chamberlain and just read me his career stats, please.
What?
Like, this nigga's Wilt.
Mellow.
Do niggas understand who Wilt is statistically?
No, they don't know.
For you to even say Melo, okay. No, I need to see overall career.
Yeah, right there. The career got all the way down. That go across.
Bro, do you see these fucking numbers, bro?
Son,
What is that?
30 points, 29 rebounds, and 4 assists.
Holy
22. 30 points, 22 rebounds a game,
23 rebounds.
4 assists.
Those are good stats.
He's a 13-time All-Star,
13.
That's impressive.
11-time rebounding champ, 7-time scoring champ, 4-time MVP, 2-time All-Defensive Team, 1959 Rookie of the Year, Finals MVP in 72, led the league in assists in 67, and made All-NBA 10 years with 2 rings.
And he better than him.
I'm
Nigga,
gonna hold you. That was low key not even a really good era of basketball.
I'ma say this again.
He played against grown ass men.
This is Wilt Chamberlain, nigga.
I get who it is, but
Aight.
they didn't even have a fucking 3-point shot when he was fucking playing.
So, niggas was getting buckets still. Nigga was getting
Not
50
like
on
Melo.
niggas' heads. With
Okay.
only 2s.
Not like Melo though, but it's alright.
You got Melo stats ready? I need you to pull up Melo stats.
Right now?
He said I don't even. He said I already know him.
Yeah, pull up Melo. Just
Melo
pull up his
stats
stats
right
and go to
now.
his career averages.
His career average is not it, because he had a couple bad years.
Let's do it.
So,
Alright, you say career?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it went down.
Let's do this.
Oh, you know what? I got one better that's not even about numbers. And this one I don't even need the phone for. This is a good one. I want to know if you think this. Is he better than Paul Pierce?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Easy. Paul Pierce.
Poor Pierce.
You think he's better than Paul Pierce?
Oh, man.
It's up for debate.
I don't think it's up for debate.
Pierce.
You take the ring away.
Yeah.
Why you got to take the ring? How you going to take a Finals MVP away from a nigga?
I'm just saying.
It's a Finals MVP.
Pierce.
He beat Kobe in the finals. Melo ain't never beat Kobe in the playoffs.
Never.
Never ever.
It's facts.
How he better than Paul Pierce?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't win.
As
he
a
ain't-
player, I don't know.
I don't know. How's he better than Paul Pierce? Paul Pierce is a better passer. We all know that.
Alright, are you
Paul
ready?
Pierce is a better defender, better rebounder.
Paul Pierce is not that nigga. Melo's that.
Paul Pierce is not that nigga.
Melo, definitely not that nigga. Alright, Melo's career stats.
Nigga, if the Lakers had Paul
He
Pierce,
averaged 22.6 points a game.
22 a game, which is pretty good.
6.2 rebounds a game.
22-6.
And 2.7 rebounds. I mean assists.
Yeah, because he's a fucking nut.
Those are great
So
stats.
is he 22 and what?
Hmm?
You said 22 and what? 6?
6 and 2.
Okay. I just want to see something. I don't think he's better than Jason Tatum.
That's crazy. You're delusional. That's
They averaging like the same numbers.
They average like the same number, but they only got what 4 years?
I'm just
They're
saying.
gonna drop. Trust me. They're gonna drop.
They're
A
going
lot.
to drop.
They're gonna drop.
He's only in his 4th year, averaging 26 a game.
He's not gonna finish his career with more points than Melo. Or like better numbers than Melo. Period. Maybe assists, but that's it. But when you're not the main nigga on your team getting buckets, then
He is the main nigga on his team.
Celtics?
He just had
Melo is
51 the
not.
other day.
that's Jaylen Brown, little man.
Yeah, he's wilding. I just
Facts.
zoned out over here. He's chatting right now.
Yo, Jaylen Brown, little man's?
Little man.
So how you let your little mans get 50 and 10 and you was sitting there with like 16? How that happen?
He said, "Yo, my nigga, I need a night off. Do
You
your
need a
thing, little
night
bro.
off. Okay.
Yo, here's the keys to the Ferrari.
You do
Yo,
realize
show me
like
the crib today."
you do realize Jason Tatum has had better numbers than that nigga every playoff series they've ever been in together. He's been better than him every year they've played together.
What, 2 playoff series together?
Are you fucking
2
high?
years of playoff series?
Are you fucking high? They've been in the playoffs their whole careers, nigga. Jason Tatum ain't never missed the playoffs, nigga. He's not mellow. He's not mediocrity. He's not what you're used to. I understand.
Melo's never missed the playoffs.
Melo's missed the playoffs, bro. He's been a Knick before.
What playoffs
He's been a Knick before. You guys missed the playoffs one of them.
No, I thought you meant like he didn't play in the playoffs. Like you didn't know. Whenever they made it to the playoffs, he was playing.
No.
That's a fact.
He's missed the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, he's missed the playoffs.
Okay.
And they're going to start missing playoffs too.
Jason Tatum has never missed
They're
the
going to miss the
playoffs.
playoffs this year.
Really?
Facts.
No, we're not.
Absolutely.
No, we're not.
Absolutely.
What spot
We're gonna
are
be in the play-in. We're gonna win in the play-in.
What spot are y'all?
Like the 9th seed right
I
now.
don't like that.
You're a Laker fan. I think you should relax over here.
We're like 2 spots. We're like 1 game away from being in the 6th spot.
Yeah. But
1 game.
huh?
We're like
Oh, we're the 8th seed?
6 or 5.
Oh, that's in the playoffs. We're actually the 8th seed. My bad. We've been winning games lately.
And it's early in the season.
we're in a
bro.
win streak. Jason Tatum had 51.
Niggas'
2 nights
real
ago.
lives go about to come out.
We just
once
spanked the
season
team by
starts.
53.
Can't
Huh?
wait to see y'all.
The Lakers are 9th.
Yes.
So they're out
And
of
how many
the play-
games are we away from being in the playoffs? 1, right?
games behind.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's the West where everybody sucks.
And look at the
So-
5th, and look who got like 25 wins. They got 24, right? It's like, ain't it like the 5th seed?
The Clippers are better than y'all right now. It's kind of
Huh?
sad.
Oh no, the 7th seed is 24 wins, 23 losses. The Timberwolves.
And who else is
Timberwolves are better than y'all right now.
Y'all
The
the
Clippers are
Timberwolves
8th
is
seed,
better than y'all.
25 wins, 25 losses.
Timberwolves are better.
How
Than
about the
Yeah,
6th
another
seed?
more
Who's the
minutes,
6th
I wanna be
seed?
in that position.
Timberwolves.
Huh?
Nuggets.
And what are they record?
21.
Y'all not
Exactly,
gonna
nigga.
y'all not gonna
Two-
finish
two
better than the
games
Nuggets
away.
though. Y'all not gonna finish better than the
Yes,
Nuggets.
we are.
Nuggets are better than y'all.
Nigga, AD, we don't have AD. What are you talking about? Once we get AD back, we gonna at least win. Come on, bro.
This
Frank
nigga said
Vogel gotta
AD.
give Melo more minutes.
We gonna we gonna have to go ham on
Chill
y'all
with that
niggas.
mellow shit over
I'm
there.
just saying, bro. This nigga get more minutes. This nigga get more minutes. He's going stupid. I promise.
For what?
Get this nigga 2 more minutes a game. He's going
2 more.
2 more minutes a game.
I guarantee you, he get at least 5 more points.
Malik Monk.
They probably better if he get less minutes, nigga. That nigga don't play no defense.
That's crazy.
He probably better without that nigga. on
What
the
else
floor.
we got left, man?
I mean,
Because I feel like that was a great.
that was crazy right there.
That was a great ending, right? That was good.
But
segment.
all right, to talk about the season and all of that, let's do run down of the awards. Let's do like a mid-season kind of awards thing. You know what I'm saying? Who you think is the MVP through this?
You know
through
what I
this?
think?
Who you think, Braun?
Bronski.
How you got an MVP 9 seed? How you do that?
Nigga, it's mid-season. It's not the season is not
But
over.
I'm saying, like you the 9? How you
Nigga.
how you valuable?
Westbrook was the 8th seed and won the
How you
MVP.
valuable?
What are you laughing at?
Melo?
Melo MVP. See, this nigga's over here wilding.
Yeah, he's losing his mind.
It's bad enough they voted
This
that
is-
nigga in
yeah.
the All-Star game.
This is
He
crazy.
got enough votes to be.
Yeah,
in
I don't
the
even. I
All-Star
seen
game.
that and I was like, what the fuck is Melo doing in the All-Star game? But whatever.
Melo fans out there wilding.
Out there losing their fucking minds. But anyway, so you got for MVP, you got Braun. I
Yeah, I got
don't know
Bronski.
how that. I don't know how that makes sense.
He's wilding. He's number
They're the
one in
9 seed. They're not even in the playoffs.
We're
Like, they'd have to be in the
at least one
play-in.
game away from being in the playoffs, bro.
But as
Come
of
on
right now, you niggas are the 9 seed.
So what?
What do you mean? All right, I got John Morant right now as the MVP.
That's a good choice.
I don't know.
John Morant.
That's my second pick.
John Morant got the Grizzlies playing better than everybody would have probably thought they would
Because they
have.
got a good team.
They got a good team, but they also have John Morant. And that nigga is losing his mind.
He was wilding.
He literally is the highlight tape king now. Every
So Joel
game he
Embiid,
has. I think Joel Embiid is a great pick too. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think Joel Embiid is also a good pick because they're not supposed to be this good without Ben Simmons. And he's actually playing out of his mind. He's making me finally look right when I tell people that I think he's better than Jokic. I just think that people look at the passing, and I've noticed that in basketball. Anytime a nigga passes, they dub him better than fucking everybody. Like
Because he's a big man, too.
yeah, he's a big man. He averages what, like 6-7 assists a game, and that's ill.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had like 30 and like 21 rebounds the other day, and like 11 assists. Yeah, he's
Nigga's
going
loose.
crazy.
He's loose.
But I just think he's so Joel Embiid is so much better than him defensively. I don't think people even count that. It's like, nigga, Joel protects the rim. Like, niggas, you feel what I'm saying? Like, niggas is banging on Jokic. Like, you feel what I'm saying? AD was fucking killing him. AD is not doing that to Joel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and to me, like, that's the biggest difference. And I feel like offensively, it's a toss-up. Like, nigga, Joel get buckets just like, if anything, I see Joel get 50 more than anybody. Like, you be giving
a point guard, nigga.
Yeah, like, Joel is killing everybody. Like,
crossovers, Euros.
And he's posting you, and he going off the ball.
And one, his touch is crazy. Like, that nigga, he's it.
I think he's the best big man in basketball. I just think that he's been playing with a dysfunctional ass franchise and team, and it's hard to see that.
And niggas forget he was one shot away from
going to the finals and winning a championship because they was beating Golden State.
They would definitely beat Golden State.
Because whether or not niggas get hurt or not, Golden State ain't never had bigs. And Joel Embiid would have ate them niggas. Kevin Looney would have been fucking lunch meat down there. Oh my God. That nigga would have been done down there. So
that's a fact.
That would have been a problem. Which is my theory too about the Nets. Like, if y'all got all these scores, y'all niggas run into the Sixers, boy. Joel Embiid is gonna give you niggas hell for 7 games. Like, for real, he's gonna kill you niggas bad because y'all have nothing
the
for
rest
him.
Of them niggas, though.
You can double team. He gonna be drawing fouls, going to the line, hitting free throws, hitting threes, fadeaways, all of that. And y'all ain't gonna have nobody to guard that nigga whatsoever. So I think that's one thing. So I would give MVP to Joel. Most improved. Who you got?
Most improved is.
That's a hard one.
This nigga Baines is fucking wild.
Desmond Bane is a good choice. That nigga is killing.
Who else? I just feel like this has stepped it up. OD.
See, earlier in the season, I told you RJ Barrett, but I don't know now. RJ had a little stretch, but he was doing his thing.
He's doing better.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, maybe not. Most improved.
I want to see how he is in the next, like, you know.
Yeah.
Nigga, Andrew Wiggins.
No, because this is regular.
Andrew Wiggins went from like.
No, he used to average more last year. Actually,
but he's an all-star this year.
But still, yeah, because they got a great fucking record. You know, they take like 4 niggas in the all-star game.
I feel you. I just think that's Andrew Wiggins wouldn't be the crazy. I see what you're saying though. Andrew Wiggins has always kind of been like 20 a game.
Yeah.
So
he averaged less this year, 18.
But he's probably shooting some high efficiency numbers. He's probably shooting like near 50%.
DeRozan's
a good. I think DeRozan's a great MVP choice. But my thing is with DeRozan is like,
I feel like he's always been doing this though.
He's been doing this, and you gotta. Y'all nice with DeRozan, but y'all also have Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is making y'all
Zach LaVine.
He's hurt, and you see the Bulls are losing games without Lonzo.
I mean, Zach is hurt too though.
Zach is hurt too.
Damn, that's fucked up that Zach got hurt, man.
Lonzo's out for like 2 months. Lonzo's out for a minute, bro. Lonzo's. This is why another trade deadline thing. My Celtics. I think we gonna send Dennis Schroeder to Chicago.
Really?
They need a point guard, bro.
I know they got Kobe White though. He's nice.
He's good.
Too small.
Nice. Hell no.
Too small. You can't
He
start
like
him.
6'4".
But who's your backup then?
What you mean? I don't know. Get somebody.
They need Schroeder. If you could bring Schroeder off the bench, you gonna start Kobe White, cool. But you get Schroeder for $5 million.
I mean Caruso's
hurt.
But he coming back.
He fractured his nigga. Remember the nigga Grayson Allen almost killed him.
Oh yeah.
He fractured his whole fucking hand. Nigga shit is broke. He's out. They suspended Grayson Allen for a game. Caruso's missing mad games.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Chicago got hit with mad injuries. Yeah, they got hit with mad shit. DeRozan, I want to say
that's what I'm saying. The season be early too. Anything could happen. Like anything.
Oh, you was talking about DeRozan for MVP, right?
I mean,
not now though.
Most improved. I wouldn't say most improved because this is DeMar DeRozan. Like,
and not recently either. Like,
yeah,
they've been losing recently.
But niggas is hurt. And then same with Steph. I feel like Steph was getting my MVP vote earlier. We had an episode where I said Steph was the MVP.
What I told you what was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's
slow down. This nigga is missing. Yeah, nigga went from 1 for 13 the other day.
Yeah, he's hot butt right now. I feel like he's gonna get it together, but nigga, it's not looking good. Especially with Klay just coming back. He's probably used to getting a lot more shots, and now Klay's back. Clay's pulling that shit.
Gotta get it though.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But they gonna figure it out. It's the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doubting that the Warriors. Though. Yeah, I'm not doubting the Warriors are gonna figure it out. Especially now, All-Star break comes, niggas get breaks, niggas get rest. Unless you're like an All-Star, y'all niggas like Steph Wiggins, but you're only playing 1 game that weekend. And other than that, they give most of the All-Star breaks like a week off after that. It's not really many games after the All-Star break. So, nigga, Niggas gonna get rest. I feel like a lot of teams are gonna be better after the All-Star break. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're gonna see. That's what I was saying. It's a race to the end. This shit is a marathon.
we definitely gonna see. But in other news, to go to football and wrap up sports, with this last topic, 2 of the greatest quarterbacks ever just got bumped out the playoffs.
I heard.
And both are speculating on retirement publicly. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, the both of them are basically telling the fans
Don't be
retirement is open.
Mm-hmm.
If I decide to retire, though, I'm telling you, nigga, it's something to consider. And
Respectfully, they could though.
they both can. And I think that made me think, damn, we are possibly in an off season where
generation of.
you could honestly say the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe, I mean, Patrick Mahomes has proven that he's the guy, but at the end of the day, most people in one game would take Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers over. Well, I don't know about Aaron Rodgers, but they'll take Tom Brady over Patrick Mahomes in one game.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, like, what if that happens? Like, what if they both retire?
Okay.
Is that like good for football or is that bad for football?
Mm.
L was like, he just wished both the niggas would just retire. That was a crazy take. You ready for both of them to go?
Bro, at this point in time, Aaron Rodgers is not a playoff nigga. And
Aaron
we
Rodgers.
have to come to accept that, good as he may be throwing the football, he is not a winner.
Mm.
You feel me? When he doesn't win in the moments that deem you a champion. Hence,
Right.
one championship. You know what I mean? So,
But he did do it for that one championship.
that one time ain't enough. You did that almost 10 years, that more than 10 years ago. That was 11,
Some
10,
niggas only
11
need
years ago.
one to get the winner reputation.
No.
Kevin Garnett.
Winning one championship does not, but I mean.
Kevin Garnett won one championship,
It's not like he
and we
was-
looked at him like a winner
But he
after
wasn't in
that.
position a lot of those years that he was in the league after that one time he won either though. This nigga, we've been in position 3 years in a row. We've been the number 1 seed 3 years in a row, bro, and
Yeah.
have not gotten it done.
That's a good point.
blasphemy.
So-
How are you that good during the regular season and cannot be good for 3 more games, 2 more games to get to the Super Bowl? That the last 2 years.
Playoffs, man, be crazy.
The last 2 years, bro, we only had to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl.
NFL, I feel like it's crazy
You
too,
telling-
because it's like literally one game and you're fucking done.
You telling me y'all
But
niggas
if you
lost-
keep getting tries,
And I feel like
lost
keep
3
getting them-
I
games.
feel like, does that really determine who is the best team?
These niggas lost 3 games.
if the NBA was like that, boy,
Yeah, that'd
we'd
be
have a
fucked.
different champion every year.
Every
Shit
year.
is tough.
Because
So
these
I'm saying
niggas
that
lose the
shit's
first
tough.
game, all we figuring.
I think it should be
team out.
two games just you out.
I would like to see one NBA year where it's one game and you out.
No, I'm talking about
That would be
football.
great
You know how fast the
basketball.
players will wrap up to.
No, that'd be too
Players
quick.
are dragged out longer because of that.
So let me ask
Maybe
you
like
this.
college.
Well, they can't do that with football, right? They can't do 7 games.
They should do 2.
Hell no.
2
That's
games
gonna
you
take
out.
7 weeks. You can't
But
And you
two
should-
games,
2
if-
games you play the undercard.
You
Like,
can't play
say if the
football
2
games,
teams
you
that
need 4
lose,
days
then you got to
between
play
every
each other
4 days, at least
and you get
4
another
days, 4
chance
days.
to go
At
back
least.
in.
So even if you play every 4
even
days,
the
bro,
best
it's gonna
of
take
3
3
is out of the
weeks.
question.
Yeah, it's gonna take 3 weeks, bro. That's gonna be OD. Every team play 3 weeks.
What if the Super Bowl was best of 3?
No,
Nah.
best of 2. I mean, best of 3. You gotta get 2
Best
wins.
of 3, you gotta get 2 wins.
Yeah, best of 3. You gotta get 2 wins.
Football is not a sport that you can.
It's different,
It's so
bro.
physical, bro, that
Yeah.
you can't play the same team
The
playing
physicality.
back to back
But
like
this is
that
what makes
for
the-
one
but
game.
this is why
But you gotta
Super Bowl
play.
is so
Y'all
exclusive,
separate them
because you
on
got one
2
chance,
weeks.
you know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
get one
You get this
opportunity.
one
No, I like the
opportunity.
fact that football is like that, and the Super Bowl is one game.
That would be
That'd
dope
be
if the
nuts.
NBA was like that. That would be fire.
I would like
They
to
should
see
do
the
it like a
finals as one
playoff.
game.
They should do
I
it
would-
like the
Winner take all.
NCAA shit. Madness. One
Like
game
March
you out.
Madness, Yep, facts.
One game you out. That'd be tough.
Yeah, I would like to see the NBA like that at least one year. I like to see the finals as one game. Because
I want to see that other shit they was talking about. Like best versus the best. Like
Oh
I mean,
yeah, they do the seeding.
no East, no West.
East, no West. It's just one.
Oh yeah,
Niggas
one
play
to-
each
one
other.
to 16, right?
Yeah, they
The
should have
top
did that in the
16.
bubble. Like and try to test
That would
it
have been a
there.
great time to do that.
Yeah.
Because everybody's.
I don't think that format is ever gonna
happen.
happen. I think the East and the West is too
I think it costs
ingrained
too
of a
much
thing
money.
in the
It costs too
NFL.
much money too.
I mean, NBA. I feel like also, I like the playoffs the way it is. I like seeing the West teams because you play more games against your own conference.
Right.
So
That
you
would be
kind of have
interesting,
your
though.
record against them is significant because you play them niggas all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the Knicks and the Celtics play 4 times a year. You know, we only play the Lakers twice.
That would be interesting though.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what's to say? I mean, you know, but yeah, back to what we was talking about with Rodgers and Brady. It's funny to see them both at different points of their careers. Brady's kind of at the point like, you know, like I could retire because it's like at this point, do I need to show y'all anything more? Do I need to explain it
before
like,
he won the Bucks?
I'm that nigga, and that's that. I am the one, and I feel like when you start hearing niggas talking about their family, that's when you feel like that retirement thing is coming.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming because that's true. When you Tom Brady, you ain't been home a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, 1 minute.
So we got 1 minute left.
Probably gonna wrap it up on that.
Yeah, probably wrap it up on that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned for that. 2 of the greatest quarterbacks ever could both retire.
Oh,
This
Ben
offseason.
Roethlisberger retired today.
That would be 3 in the same off season, and the NFL would be different after. It'd be a Patrick Mahomes world, though. I'll tell you that shit. But
Joe Burrow.
yeah, Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow world. But we will see you niggas. This is episode 13, correct?
I think so.
This is episode 13.
Slip.
We will see you niggas on 14.
Bow, bow.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Homie is 9 with the rhymes. When niggas frontin', so I'm 9 with the 9. The pen biggie, but the spirit is shine. Like word, bitch, the city is mine. Niggas funny, I be seeing the signs. East South, I be rolling the line. Running it up before I run out of time. The magazine make them package your 5 shots. Sent, they attacking your spine. Headshots, niggas blowing your mind. Henny sipping and it's slow in the room. Feel like Neo just resorted to crime. Saturday night, I be making it live.